straight wheel and go.
Okay.
So build that speed up.
This is the exact moment when I realized that I can't do this.
The faster you go, the more slide you get.
You are watching the very moment when all my hopes and dreams of becoming a rally driver vanished into thin air.
Off the brake and gas.
Let's back up a bit.
I have decided to do something monumentally stupid.
And while I know the words that I just spoke are totally true, I also know that this is probably going to be one of the most exciting and best decisions? It's going to be one of the most interesting decisions I will have ever made in my life. It's time for me to dive into the world of rally racing.
Where the word no is not in
It's not my car. That's not my car either.
That's right, flying down a narrow backcountry gravel road in a little tin can going 150 kilometers per hour is how I'd like to start spending my free time. And here's the thing, I've given myself only 1 year to go from rally fan with no rally experience, no car, no co-driver, no crew, no funding, to becoming a full-fledged rally racer in a fiercely competitive series. Wow, yeah, I've been a huge fan of rally racing my entire life, so I am so pumped for this. And to document this whole ridiculous journey from fan to racer, I've fired up a brand new channel called Ryan's Road to Rally. You can click on it right there. If you like the world of rally racing or motorsports or sim racing, go and check it out. Hit the subscribe button. There's going to be a ridiculous amount of videos going on there between now and next year. And on this channel, it's going to document the entire journey from learning how to take, those first baby steps into the world of rally racing to building up probably the most highly detailed rally-focused sim rig on the planet. And my goal with all of this is to kind of be like the guinea pig for all the other people out there, all the other rally fans out there, or the people who've never even heard of rally racing before, to show them a doable path into the sport, whatever that might mean, whether that's a driver, a co-driver, working in the service park, volunteering. Okay, so now before we find out just how quickly I poop my pants at rally school, here's my plug for you to be a direct part of this whole series. While we have some really great support on the sim racing side of things from companies like these, just like the same for anybody else getting into motorsport, it is time to lock in sponsorship for the real life car. So if a company you're a part of wants to go racing and have their name all over that race car, and promotion across 3 different YouTube channels, yes, 3, shoot me a DM over on Instagram and we'll get you some more information. It's gonna be a pretty wild ride. And this doesn't mean any kind of slowdown on Loam Ranger mountain bike content, by the way. I'm just adding stuff to my plate. Okay, before I dive into something as costly and time-consuming as buying a rally car, I need to know for certain whether I have what it takes to actually pilot one of these things.
I'm not ready for this.
Me neither! So, Beth and I are taking the trip down to Washington to the famous DirtFish Rally School, where we've plunked down the cash for a full-day rally course. Going and doing this really is a dream come true, but at the same time, I'm pretty nervous.
It's something that I've wanted to do since I was 14, 15. So I'm really excited. A little bit nervous because in my mind, I'm just going to be really, really good at it. Right off the bat, they're going to sign me to a team as soon as they see me take the first 2 corners. But now I get to find out the reality.
Which is essentially all to say, I've had this feeling my whole life that I could be a good rally driver. If that turns out not to be the case, honestly, it would be a pretty crushing reality check. And hey, just as an aside, as a kid, I only liked 2 sports, mountain biking and rally racing. I grew up in rural Alberta, Canada, so everyone else around me was into hockey and football and hockey. So only in the last few years have I learned that not only do other biking/rally loving people exist, but there is a huge crossover between action sports people and rally people. Brennan Semenuk, for example, he's at the very top of American rally racing at the moment. The late great Ken Block, who tore up both rally stages and city streets in rally cars. Now, if you don't know what rally racing is, well, it's exactly the same format as enduro mountain bike racing, where you're timed while racing what's called a stage. You race a whole bunch of stages and see who is able to do it in the shortest amount of time possible. And what's really cool about rally is that these races take place on what are usually public roads. And the cars themselves are not too far off of regular production cars. So we got introduced to our incredible instructor, Jack, and after a short classroom session, we hopped in the car and headed over to a section they called the skid pad.
Just gonna have a quick cry, and then we'll get going.
And this is where things really go sideways.
Straight wheel and go.
Okay.
So build that speed up, turn and brake, look where I want to go, and then back to the gas.
Okay.
So
I found out very, very quickly that being in a car that's getting chucked sideways is not a place I am comfortable being. And during that moment that I showed you earlier, in my head, I thought that I simply just cannot handle being in that type of situation, which put my entire lifelong dream of being a rally driver into question in a pretty big way. After Jack's terrifying demo, I very, very nervously hopped onto the driver's side. I moved my seat into position, I strapped up the belts, and I kid you not, like out of a scene of a terribly written movie, the very moment, the very split second that I put my hands on the wheel and my feet on the pedals, I felt this wave of calmness and relief wash over me. And as it turns out, the only problem I had before was I was in the wrong seat.
braking in and go. Lovely. Early.
Right.
Go. Yep, let it go wide. And now it's time to do your second apex. There it is, lovely. Look.
So much better.
Keep it in. Yes,
There
lovely.
we go, nice.
Very well done.
Okay.
Now, through the magical power of editing, I'm just showing you all the good stuff. Of course, most of my day was spent, being a noob, doing noob things. I cannot get over how good of an instructor Jack is. Within just a few hours, Jack took me from crapping myself in a low-speed slide to going quite literally highway speeds into 90-degree loose gravel corners.
My initial thoughts before you right away, I'm going to be 100% honest. You've got good car feel. You've got a really good sense of what the car is doing, and you read the road well. You're good at finding grip, and I think that comes from some of your history. You are excitable. So when it works, I see you going, yeah, and hunting a little bit. Turn and brake, look for the building. Easy here, a little excitable on the throttle there. Wait until it, but we are getting to the point where we do need to just kill that speed a little bit.
Okay.
But out here, it's all it takes is one mistake and you've blown all these sections, or one mistake and you're off.
While I was watching back this footage, I had an idea, and it was an idea that would really, really expose exactly where I'm at as a driver on this day. See, one of the many, many things that we needed to do and film that day, in addition to just taking this course, was to collect some footage for the then unreleased Insta360 X4 that was launching soon. So while Jack demoed the longest and final track of the day for me, we strapped the X4 to the side of the car and recorded some clips. And he drove 2 laps of the course that's called The Link. First lap was a medium speed warm-up, and the second lap was a full-on high-speed run-through of the whole course. So I realized that I have a full, clean lap where Jack is really going for it, which means now I can overlay my own fastest lap on that course to see where I stack up. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I matched his time. And even though, yes, it feels incredibly awesome to say those words, and I will probably never stop talking about it until the day I die, as I played our 2 runs side by side, it exposed very, very quickly how if we were both thrown into a real full-on rally race with like 100+ stage miles included, it shows how he would likely wind up on the podium, while I would very likely wind up on the side of the road with a broken car. And as you can see, we're headed down the straight. We get into that first corner basically at the exact same time. But this is a theme that's going to run through the whole thing. I have to move my steering wheel so much more than he does. There's so many more corrections that I have to do, and it's a lot rougher on the car in general. All of his steering inputs are way smoother. He goes into third. I just ping it off the red line in second, which is not great for the car, but I think it did help me get a little bit ahead in that one section.
Yep. Go. It's gonna pull you.
But yeah, through all of these corners, he's making just so many less movements. It's so much smoother and he gets through them a lot faster than I do. But again, down the straight, I was pinning it.
Lift early. Yep, nose in, power out.
Nice.
Third.
Shift into third pretty much at the same time.
Gently drag the brake. Go.
And through here, you can tell by the tack that
Go.
I just decided to go faster with probably less technique. Well, definitely less technique. Through the slalom, went
Lift.
pretty good.
Slalom's done. Third.
And again, pretty much anytime there's a straight, I just saw red and put my foot in it, basically.
Go, 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 go.
And that's where I'm making up all my time.
Yep. Power through. It's gonna find grip.
Every time there's a corner and you know there's some like solid technique involved,
Brake now. A
he
little
clearly
earlier.
pulls
Now
ahead.
relax. Second gear. Second. Now go through. Keep right. Look left. Lift off. Gas out. Yep. You got it. You got it. Third gear.
So yeah, into the straight, I was ahead of him, but then he shifts down to second, and I forget to shift down to second. He pulls ahead of me for that corner, and then his technique absolutely destroys mine for these last two.
Wait. A little tighter. Gas out.
Okay.
All right. How you feeling,
there's
buddy?
that.
Oh man, that was so good, dude. Oh, I
We
appreciate
finished
it.
the rally.
Yeah.
I am so excited on the progress that I made throughout this day, and I have plenty to work on. So I really hope to get back to DirtFish for a 2 or 3 day course later on this year. But man, what an incredible day. It was a day filled with every emotion imaginable. But I'm walking out of there having a small glimpse of what's possible. And knowing now that, yeah, I think I can do this. So if you want to keep following along on this journey into madness, go and subscribe to Ryan's Road to Rally. I'd love to have you over there. And either way, we will see you back here on the Loam Ranger channel for more mountain bike content. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate it. Cheers.